Hey guys, welcome back to Startup Central. So today we're going to be talking about another potential airdrop, and this one is by a major blockchain, one of the main L2s for Ethereum. So I'm going to be showing you what potentially you need to do, how to check if you have enough points, and how to know if those will potentially qualify you for this airdrop. And I'm going to be explaining a little bit more after this intro. So without further ado, let's get started. Welcome back, guys. So Scroll is the name of this L2, and it's one of those major L2s on the Ethereum blockchain, and it has a lot of functionalities. Now, I know there are a lot of side chains, a lot of L2s for Ethereum, and they are all trying to compete between them and to bring more functionality, more speed, and more utility to Ethereum. So a number of them have been launched recently. Scroll is one of them, and of course, the ones that we are interested in is those that haven't issued a token yet. So Scroll is one of those. I'm going to be talking in the next videos, potentially after the New Year event, about the other ones. But I wanted to, before the New Year's, I wanted to talk to you about this one because we never know when they're planning to launch their token. And after the New Year is potentially a good day for them to do so. So I'm going to show you what Scroll is. I'm going to show you some of the dApps or protocols that I have interacted with to earn points for the airdrop, and the ones that I trust. Well, I mean, I cannot vouch for them entirely, but the ones that I have interacted with without any issues. So I'm going to show you my browser as usual, and I'm going to show you what you need to do. There is no Interact, there is no Galaxy protocols or pages where you can do this, but I'm going to be the Galaxy for you guys for this airdrop. So let's go to the browser. Okay, guys, here we are. This is the website of Scroll. You will potentially not interact too much with this, but I want to show you what the homepage for them is and what they intend to do in case you are interested in using this dApp. Now, as with other L2s, there's a lot of things that you can do within this environment, like lending, borrowing, earning interest or yield with DeFi, and getting special names redirected to your wallet. So, and I'm going to go through a number of these protocols, but this is their main site. The first thing we will need to do to start accruing points is bridge some ETH into this blockchain or this L2. You could do it in a number of different ways, but let me show you this website. So they are zero knowledge, so a ZK rollup enabled L2. So that if that is a little bit too technical for you, I don't want to get too much in depth into this, but let's suffice to say that the level of trust that the blockchain needs from you to interact is minimized, because zero knowledge or ZK is a way for the blockchain to know who you are and your reputation through without fully revealing your name and your address and your IP and all that stuff. So this is the nice thing about ZK rollups, and especially blockchains that have this enabled. And they're trying to make Ethereum better. So they have EVM, so Ethereum Virtual Machine Compatibility, for seamless scaling. So this is what they are solving, and what they claim, if I remember well, because I have read so many things, guys, is that if you want to bring your dApps or your protocol from the Ethereum virtual machine, from the main chain to this L2, you basically don't need to reprogram anything. So potentially dApps can just copy and paste their code and start operating in this L2. And then there's some more things. So if you want to go to this website and learn a bit more about this, you can go to scroll.io. Of course, I'm going to place those links in the description of this video, so you don't have to Google them or potentially fall into some scammers' hands. So we're going to skip this. It's interesting. So I'm going to show you the first way to bridge, and this is the most recommended one because normally this would qualify you for more points for the airdrop. This is not what I used, so don't feel bad if you don't want to use this for any reason, I'm going to tell you why I didn't use it. Normally, this bridge is for bridging your ETH from Ethereum to Scroll. Now, I didn't have my ETH on Ethereum because I don't like the high fee, so I rarely use Ethereum. So I had my ETH in different chains. I've been trying to qualify for airdrops in a number of L2s, and in the next videos, I'm going to show you what those L2s are. We already made some videos for Linea, which is another L2, but I'm also qualifying for other potential airdrops. And again, guys, we're qualifying for airdrops for L2s that have not issued a token yet. So if they haven't done that, most possibly they will issue one, and they want people to interact with their dApps and bring people to their L2. So if you have your ETH on Ethereum, then all you need to do is connect your wallet, select the one you have. I'm using MetaMask right now, although it's not my favorite because they did block some people from using it. So it's not entirely the most transparent company, but for the time being, I'm using that. So now that I already connected, I could choose the ETH that I have, which is, as you can see, minimal on Ethereum, to bridge to Scroll. And if you want to do the opposite transactions, you just click on withdraw to Ethereum and that's it. But I'm going to show you another one, another bridge, which also qualifies you for another airdrop, guys. So by using this, you qualify for 2 different airdrops, and their prices are pretty decent. So this one is Orbiter Finance. I have been using a number of bridges, again, bridges that have not issued tokens. So potentially you will qualify for, if you use this and the other ones I will show you in other videos. Not only will you qualify for the airdrop of that L2, but also for the airdrop of this bridges. So this is Orbiter Finance. I'm already logged in. So all you have to do is select what you're going to be migrating from one L2 to the other. So right now, I don't remember where I placed my ETH, guys. After you are trying to qualify for a number of airdrops, so I'm going to pause this video and look for my ETH, and I'll show you how to do this. Okay, I remember now where they are. They are on Base, the blockchain. This is the Coinbase blockchain. We don't know if they're going to be airdropping, especially because they are based in the US, and airdrops in the US are frowned upon by the SEC. And we know that companies in the US, at least for now, are afraid of falling into their claws, if you will. So, but anyway, I have those there. The fees, the gas fees in Base are really low. And I've been using another protocol, which I will review in another video, that will qualify you for another blockchain airdrop, which is Layer 0. So I'm going to show you that in the next video. So I have my ETH there, but I have them staked. So for the sake of this video, I'm just going to pretend I'm going to be bridging, and I'm going to show you how. So I have those ETH in Base, but you could also select in Orbiter a number of L2s. So you can see you can do this from Ethereum, Arbitrum, Starknet, ZK Sync Lite, Polygon, ZK EVM, Polygon, blah, blah, blah. A lot of them, even BNB chain. So if you have your ETH in any of this, you can bring them to Scroll. So first select the place where you have your ETH, and then look for Scroll. And there we go. So this bridge is not that expensive compared to a number of them. And since I have my ETH, not on Ethereum, but on Base, then I could just click on Max and send. Remember, guys, to leave some ETH back on the origination blockchain, because you might need that to perform some other actions when you bring the money back. So all you have to click is on send, and it will ask you to confirm, and then you will have your ETH bridged to Scroll. So that's the first thing, and that will give you points. Normally, I mean, there's many potential ways you could earn points. What I do is I bridge big chunk of money. I mean, it's not huge, it's $500 from to and from. And every time you do that, the amount of dollars transacted, or if transacted, increases. So even though you lose a little bit in gas fees, those count strongly for your points and you're not risking your money. So I have done this. So let's assume you already bridged that money, those ETH. Then what do you do next? Well, the first thing I would do is I would come to Scroll Name Service. And again, I'm going to place the link in the description of this video and register for your domain name on Scroll. So you could just click on anything. I mean, let's do the exercise. Britney Spears. Let's see if this one is available on Scroll. It is. So let's assume you wanted to register that. Let's assume Britney Spears is looking at this video and she wants to register her Scroll domain name. If that was the case, all you need to do is click on this domain name and select how many years you want to register that for. So you could click just 1 year if you just want to do this transaction to qualify. If you want to keep that name, I mean, you can click as many as you want. I only clicked on one, and then all you have to do is request to register with the ETH that you already bridged to Scroll. So that's the second thing I would do. Actually, I did. So I'm just showing you how to do this. So it's around $7.5 to register this at the current price of ETH. So that's the second page. Now, the next thing you would need to do is do some additional transactions. So why are we doing the domain name first? Because apparently this is a big thing for during this cycle for L2s. It means that you have considered to stay or be sticky for this L2. So if you register a domain name for 1 year, potentially it means that you will stick with the L2 for at least a year, if not more. So that's one of the main things. Now, we are going to be trading in this protocol. So you might remember this one because we use it for Linea. And this is available in a number of chains. So if you click here, it's on different ones. So we will click on Scroll. I'm going to have to switch my wallet to Scroll. So MetaMask is going to be opening and asking me, do you want to switch? And I'm going to say yes. And now I am on Scroll, and automatically I can use the trade function. So again, guys, there is no Interact or Galaxy page for Scroll. So it's up to you and I to decide what we want to do to use this protocol and qualify. So you could do a number of things. The first thing I would do, and that's one of the easiest, is to trade one token for another. So let's assume we are in a heavy phase of the bull run and you don't want to lose your ETH to the increase of price. All you have to do is select, let's say, wrap stake ETH and send it to this token and send it back. Or if you're not all concerned about that, then you could swap for USDC or USDT, and I'm going to tell you why that might be a good option. So let's assume you're going to swap for a little bit of USDC. You need to enter the amount. So let's, for the sake of this exercise, let's say I'm going to swap $2.5. My advice is, if you want to qualify for this airdrop, to swap a little bit more. So let's say $15 to USDC and $15 to USDT. That will be around $30. And I'm going to tell you in a second why we're going to be using both tokens. But for now, all you have to do is click on swap. Here it tells you the gas fee. Normally Scroll is really cheap in terms of gas fees. So as opposed to Linea, where we spent a lot of money, with this one, I am not that concerned. I spent like 1/10 of what I spent on Linea. So always check that your slippage is low. I mean, 1% is suggested by the protocols. If there's not a lot of liquidity, then 0.5 is fine. But USDT and USDC, I mean, they are available in most protocols, and especially SyncSwap, which is this dApp, they have a good amount of liquidity. So I am happy to set this to 0.1. So I don't want a slippage to affect the price. Oh, and another thing you can do here is adjust the gas price. So if you're not in a rush, I would click on slow if you are concerned. I mean, not in this case, because this protocol is really cheap. But if I was doing this on Ethereum, then I would click on slow. In this case, I'm going to just click auto, but always set the max slippage as low as you consider this dApp to be available to provide it to you. Now it says that the gas fees, the estimated gas costs are 3.1. I mean, it's too high. I don't think it's going to be this case, but you never know, guys. So when we click on swap, it's going to ask us to confirm, and just tell me I'm going to be receiving too few tokens. Of course, I'm just doing this to demonstrate because I've already accumulated a lot of points for Scroll. I've been experimenting with a lot of dApps. Some of them were really, really bad, and I would not suggest you to use them because I don't want you to lose your funds. And the ones I'm showing you in this video are the ones that I have found easy to use, trustable, and at least for this situation, for the qualification. So this is an easy thing. So you can swap from ETH to USDC to USDT and swap them back. You'll spend almost nothing in terms of gas fees. Now, why am I suggesting you to swap to USDC and USDT? Because another thing we can do here is use the pools. Now, pools are a way of providing liquidity to this protocol, and that's something they are looking for. They are happy for to provide some APR, so some yield for your effort to put money into their protocol so that these trades can operate. So I like stable coins. So if you see, if you provide them USDC and USDT in a pool so that trade can happen with other customers, then you will get rewarded 18.1%. So, I mean, guys, 18.1% for your stable coins is pretty sweet compared to banks. It's not always this high, but right now, that's the way it is. Otherwise, you could just select any pair you like and provide liquidity. So what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be selecting USDC, USDT. Click here. And we are going to be choosing to deposit here. And that's where you click how many USDC and USDT you want to provide. So let's assume you already have 15 because you already swapped that, and 15. You add those and click here. Now it tells me insufficient balance because I don't have any USDC, USDT. Again, I already went through this to learn how to do this and show you in this video and qualify, of course, for this airdrops. So you would click here to provide that, and then you will be contributing to this pool and earning around 18% a year for your effort. Now, once you have done this, you want to leave your money there for a while. I mean, it's up to you to earn some yield on your USDT, USDC. But if you want to withdraw that, just make the transaction and get the money back, all you have to do is click on withdraw, click on max, and then just click here to withdraw the money. This protocol is really, really easy to use. I have not had any problem with them. So we have pools. If you click on positions, you will see that sometimes we do a lot of things. So apparently I have money in here, which I had forgotten. So I have around $95 left in here from a previous transaction. So I did provide liquidity to this pool, ETH and WST worth around $100. So it has gone down. So this is impermanent loss. So I have lost around $5, but I'm not too concerned for that because I want to qualify. So this is qualifying me. I don't know if the amount of time that this position is here will qualify me for the airdrop of Scroll, but SyncSwap, I don't think that they do have a token. So I'm helping them and I might get points to their airdrop. Actually, let me check that. So it appears that they do not have a token yet. They are available in a number of L2s. So they potentially will be airdropping. So by you guys using this protocol, you're potentially qualifying for another airdrop. So 2 for the price of 1, guys. Okay, so in here, you can check what you have done in terms of providing liquidity. Launch is a launchpad for projects. We're not going to be using that because they don't have any projects. If you click on portfolio, you're going to be actually seeing this is basically a wallet. So you can see what's on your wallet. If you click on history, you can see I've done 9 transactions. So these are the transactions I have done in this protocol around 11 to 12 days ago. And each one of these will qualify you for more points for the airdrop, not only for Scroll, but also for SyncSwap if they ever decide to do this. And you can also bridge here. Again, I like Orbiter. They're fast, they're cheap, and they're also going to be airdropping. So, okay, we've discussed SyncSwap. Now let's go to the next protocol. Let's close this. This is called Layerbank. So they claim they are a bank, a decentralized bank. So there's a number of things you can do. I always begin with the swap because that's the easiest one. And they are doing this through 2 other dApps, Izumi and Skydrum. I know Izumi. So yeah, they actually sent you to Izumi. And you could also use this protocol, swap a little bit, and then qualify. Now, they do have their own token apparently, so Izumi would not be my first bet. I would rather use dApps that have not issued a token. So on Layerbank, what else you can do? Well, you can click here on bank. And this dApp is not exactly the most intuitive, but what you have to go is go down here where you see market and choose one of this. So you can supply, borrow, and you're going to be getting an APR or paying an APR depending on what you do. If you go all the way down, you see I almost withdrew everything. I just left a little bit here, a little bit of ETH in this protocol. But you can click, let's say, ETH, and then supply some ETH. So for the sake of this exercise, I clicked on max. If you have it available as collateral, it will be used to towards counting how much you can borrow. Now, if you don't want to borrow, I don't like borrowing, guys, but I'm just doing this to qualify. Then just do it with a tiny amount. Looping, what they're doing is you supply and then you borrow, and that amount that you borrow is resupplied, and it's done a number of times. So the APR goes up, but it will go up to 4x. So right now the APR is 1%. If you do this looping, it's going to be 4%. Now, if you do this, it will automatically supply and borrow, and that will kind of do the work for you. But I did it manually. So I supplied. So you click on supply. It's going to ask you to confirm. And then once you say yes, it's going to supply this money here. You're going to always click on withdraw. As you can see, I can withdraw this amount. I'm earning 1% on my ETH. And either withdraw just an amount or withdraw all. Now, if you supplied already, you can borrow. And you can click on Save Max, which will take into account the money that you have supplied so you don't get liquidated. This is very important, guys. When you borrow, you could get liquidated if the price of your collateral goes down. So let's say you're borrowing in US dollars and for some reason Bitcoin crashes all the way down to $20,000. You need to be over collateralized so you don't get liquidated. So keep this into account. That's why I supply and borrow ETH and WETH, which are almost the same, are almost pegged to each other. You can do this for USDT and USDC, and they're almost worth the same price. So if you're concerned about getting liquidated, this is one way to go. Now, if you supply USDC, you get 7.7%. And if you do looping, that would multiply this by 4. So that's around 28%, which is sweet. Again, guys, if you're doing this and you don't mind leaving your money there for a little while, you can earn a really, really decent yield. And again, guys, if it's USDC and USDT, there's the risk of getting liquidated is really low. So now that you know how to use this protocol, again, I'm going to go quickly through this. When I click on supplied, which is what I have supplied, I can withdraw. If I want to borrow against the money I have there, I could borrow, and I could borrow ETH against ETH. So that's low risk. And then if I want to repay my loan, I go all the way here, click to repay, max, and repay. I don't have anything borrowed here. So yeah, I mean, I could recoup this money, but I rather, it's $3, guys. I don't mind leaving that there in case Layerbank, well, they do have a token already. So, I mean, I could just get this money back, but I'm not too concerned right now about that. So this is what you do in Layerbank. Now, if you click on manage, again, you see what you have here. I have 0.05 LB pending reward, which is worth almost zero. And this token is going to be vesting, and this is getting too technical. So don't be too concerned about this. Just supply, borrow, withdraw, and repay, and then you're golden. If you want to farm, you're going to be sent to Izumi. So we're not going to be doing that today. Another thing we need to do is use this other protocol, which is called Dodo. Dodo is very trustworthy. Yeah, trustworthy. They've been around for at least one cycle, if not a little bit more. I actually participated in the ICO on Binance, I think 2 years ago, and they're still here. So what is Dodo? Well, it's almost the same thing. You can add liquidity. So let's go to Dodo X. This is a swap. So do a number of trades, guys. I mean, it doesn't hurt. The gas fees are really low on Scroll. So I would do a number of swaps. You can actually on Dodo do swaps cross-chain. So that's kind of a bridge if that's something you're interested in. But if not, and that's, of course, that is a little bit more expensive in terms of gas fees. So use the same chain, do some swaps. So yeah, this is my history. This is the 3 transactions I did in this protocol. So once you do that swap, you can go to the pools and do the same thing, provide liquidity, USDC, USDT. So click on add. So I'm going to see if I still have, oh yeah, I still have money. So you know what happens when you're providing liquidity and you're doing all this stuff to qualify, you start leaving money in different protocols. So that's why I always advise you to bookmark this protocol so you can come back when you're done and remove. So I could remove this liquidity. I mean, it's $10. Again, guys, I'm not too concerned. So you would click add. This pool is deployed on ETH. So no, I will not go to ETH because that's too expensive in terms of gas fee. Let's try this one. This one is deployed on BSC. Yeah, that makes me happy. Gas fees are low over there. So it will ask you to switch. Now we are trying to qualify for Scroll. And so what you need to do is click here, look for the ones on Scroll. And then now you can click add. If you do this, you're going to be earning 42%. So it's a sweet yield. So click on add. And then you need to have some USDT as in layer swap. So you can add, if you have already 15 and 15 or whatever you want to add, let's say 200 and 200 if you want to earn yield, you click here and click add, and that's it. If you want to remove that, then you just click on remove and click on remove. That's it. So as you can see, I have this 8 USDT and 2.25 USDC. Now you will ask, why do I have 8 and 2 if I provided, let's say 5 and 5? Because of the increase and decrease of the price of USDC against USDC. So that's again impermanent loss. But I'm not too concerned because, I mean, I lost, let's say 4 or 3 USDC, but I got in return the same amount of USDT. So in the end of the day, they are US dollars. So I don't mind. So that's why I always suggest using pools that are stable coins. Now, why not use this one? Because it provides 0% APR or APY as compared to 42%. So that's one thing. I didn't bother with mining because all I wanted is to create enough amount of transactions to qualify. You could do it here. I mean, you could look into this protocol and see what this does. As far as I'm concerned, this is 40% APR. I mean, it's less than the pools. So why bother? Unless you do have a real reason to do this. Last but not least, guys, is Cog Finance. Now, Cog Finance is a protocol where you can swap. And what I liked about them is the gas fees are really, really cheap. And you can actually swap wrap ETH. So I'm going to click on wrap ETH. And if you have ETH, you just wrap and unwrap. And that doesn't even cause you any loss in terms of an increase, potential increase or decrease in the price of ETH against, let's say, USDC. So you just wrap, unwrap, and get a transaction and do this. You can do this for different amounts and different periods of times, and you will get more points. So this is easy to do. If you click on portfolio, if you have deposited to their pools, then you will see what you have here. But I didn't find any pool that was attractive to me because they are not stable pairs. But you might be interested. The APR is too low, 4%. So I don't think it's worth the risk just for 5% APR. So all I did here was swap. Okay, guys. So there you have it. You can do a number of different transactions a number of different times. And the more you do this, the more you qualify for this airdrop. Now, again, I have heard a little bird came and told me that in the first quarter of 2023, they might be airdropping. So if you do this right now, you're going to be considered like an early user because they haven't even announced it yet. So I guess you get brownie points for doing this, guys. So I advise you to do this as soon as you can. I know it's the end of the year. Many of you have already are really in a mood to celebrate. And this does take a little bit of time. I hope this video was useful to you. I hope it is easy. I'm going to create some chapters so you can just skip from and to the different chapters and find the tutorial that you need to look to make these transactions. So if you like this video and found it useful, do like this video by clicking on the button on YouTube and subscribe to this channel to get more information on airdrops, on crypto gems, and in general, how to make money in crypto and off crypto. See you in the next video. Bye-bye now.